How long has your harvest been in exile? How long have you not been present? How long has this drought parched your heart? Let's chart a new course. I'll be right back. Good, glorious evening, everyone. Welcome. This is April 6th at 7:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And perhaps it's time to chart a new course. Reinvention is possible. It seems like seasons trickle into our lives and they seem like they're permanent. We can get caught into that fixed mindset. Like, when is my breakthrough? When is the seasons? When are the seasons going to change? Or when is my new season coming in? Is a better way to say it. I want to invite you. I am excited. I am going to fill you in tonight. I'm going to tell you what happened over this past weekend, what's happening now, and what's coming up, and how you can benefit. Begin to chart a new course for your life. It's not the information that fills your head, it's what your heart and soul, it's what they open up to that creates fruitful change, fruitful action. So let's get right into it. The first thing I want to let you know, I'm going on a world tour. It sounds crazy to say that, but the road is opening up and there's going to be lots of opportunity to follow along. And I'm going to get into that tonight. Before I do, I just want to give a shout out to the Connected Leaders Academy, Mr. Jose Escobar. And I realize I need to pause for one moment. So bear with me. I realize there's a technicality that Facebook, I haven't figured it out, but they make my video private when I set it up. So just bear with me. I will be right back. In the meantime, I want to show you the details on the world tour. So I'm going to put that flyer up. Give me about 30 seconds to a minute. And obviously, if you're on the playback, you can just fast forward. So here we go. I am back. Thank you for hanging with me. We have that fixed. If you're just joining live, I open this up with, how long has your harvest been in exile? How long have you not been present? How long has this drought been lingering and it's maybe convinced you that it's permanent? This drought that's perhaps parched your heart, you're quenching, your heart and soul is quenching, but you feel like this drought has been on an extended stay. Let's turn the page. Let's chart a new course. Let the fruit Let action be the fruit from the heart and soul that resonates with a new purpose. Can you usher that in? I mean, even if you can't see it clearly in this moment, stay with it. I am going on a world tour, everyone, and I'm starting locally. We're warming up. I'm preparing for a long trip. I'm going to be traveling, and I started this weekend. Let me give a shout out to the CLA, the Connected Leaders Academy. This past weekend, Jose Escobar had his inaugural global summit, and it was well received. I'm still processing all the things that happened this week and all the amazing people that I've met. So if you happen to get on here live or playback, please say hello, say hello, say hello. Diana, hello from California. Thank you for keeping my live alive, keeping this live alive. I'm going on a world tour. I'm going to put the details up for a moment. But what I want this to be is I want you to chart your course. You're not going to be traveling maybe like I'm going to be traveling, but your journey is going to continue. And I want you to think about turning the page. I want you to think about what your heart and soul, the message that has been it's been trying to come through. There's a message and you've been like tucking it down. You've been resisting it but it doesn't go away. And then you start to think about all these ideas in your head and you come up with all these things, but they fall short and things don't seem to go right. And it's like, how long is this drought going to happen? How long is my harvest going to be in exile? I don't have the answer to that right now, but what we can do, and I'm just going to share with you a little bit of a reflection on what's happened to me, because I got stuck up here. And I went on this hike, and I have the Poetic blog. I'm going to share that with you. You can get that later. But I was on the trail. I'm outdoors. I'm hiking on the trail. And I don't want to say I'm working to be present. I'm more like allowing myself. Because my head, the thoughts don't stop. And I'm opening up to the trail. And then it dawned on me that I can't, like, if I'm just able to focus on the next step, and I started to feel my feet as I planted, and I literally felt the blood running through my feet. I literally was sauntering, if you will, to walk as if you're on sacred ground. My senses became alive. My body changed. My biochemistry changed. But what I realized as I was walking, and I'm on a hiking trail, so there's different terrain. By the way, say hello if you're jumping on. We're going to tell you all the opportunities that you can take advantage of. And I got some interesting things to share with you. I'm walking on the trail, and I realize every so often I have to look down because there's rocks, roots, and things that I need to pay attention to, or I trip. And so I look down, but then I need to look up. I need to see what's far ahead so I can see where I'm going. And if I look ahead too long, I might trip on a root. And if I look far ahead too long, if I look down too long, I won't see where the path meanders to. And then there's this balance of looking down. I'm not paying attention to too much in the middle. And it just dawned on me, if I can just chart my vision, and if I can't see it, can I feel it? And if I can feel it, can I take that next logical step? And this was beautiful metaphor descended on me. And I wrote a poetic blog about it, and I wanted to share it with you, but I'm going to post it. But what you can do right now, there's 3 things. I want to make it easy. I'm just asking for folks to help me out if you've been on my journey. And I have a YouTube channel. I'm just building up that. Facebook, TikTok, all these other platforms. YouTube seems to be pretty stable. I'm asking folks to go over there and just subscribe. Why would you subscribe? I'm going to be on a world tour. I'm going to be bringing you poetry, presence. We're going to cultivate conscious moments together. Moments when we're fully alive and we know it. We feel it. And it's not always the big, sexy moment. It's these subtle moments when we feel alive. Poetry, presence, and music. national parks. I have a couple older gentlemen in my life, and one of their big regrets was, I said, what would you do if you could do it over? I never got to see the national parks. I don't know if I'm going to get to all the national parks, but I'm definitely going to get to some of them, and I'm going to video vlog that. I'm going to be writing poetry up from the road. I'm going to be interacting with inspiring people and places. This is an ongoing experience. This is not like going to a seminar and leaving, and this is like an ongoing journey that you can journey with me. But what I want to happen for you, I want you to chart your course. I want to provide you with things that are going to open your heart and soul up to what's true for you. You might find some of this interesting. You might find all of it interesting. But if there's one thing that touches you and there's one thing that opens up your heart and soul, that's worth it. And then I'm going to be sharing highlights from Seeds of Infinitude, which I'll share that with you. And I'm going to tell you what that's about. But here, let me share this right now. Okay. What I decided to do, I was working on my poetry book, my first poetry book. I didn't expect to be a poet. I did not say, hey, I'm going to be a poet. But sometimes God, universe, has other plans for us, and I'm listening. So if you've been in my world for a while and you're like, what about Flashpoint? What about that stuff's not going away, but I'm answering the call of my soul. It called, I'm answering it. That's it. And I want you to come with me. So I'm going to be sharing highlights from that. I'm going to be writing, it's going to be in person, different collaborations throughout the country, in the world. I'm going to be in London in July. We're going to do walking tours. I'm going to start doing these walking tours where we blend like a classroom style with being out in nature. I'm going to have a poetic blog. So I'm going to write these poetic blogs. I already started it. If you go to my website, austinjhaynes.com, there's some blogs up there. It's more like prose and rough, but it's really deep. It's going to open something up in you. And cinematic poetry. So I've created this cinematic poetry. They're like in 1 minute little clips. You can check them out. I want this to serve you. I work passionately at this. And you may say, why do you work passionately? Why do you post so much? Because I'm communicating to myself. Like it resonates in me. It's a truth that comes up and it bubbles out and it comes through creation. Some of this stuff, I don't know where it comes from, but I follow it. And sometimes I get lost in my head. Don't you? Don't you get lost in your head sometimes? Don't we all get lost in our head? Let's get out of our heads. Let's get into our heart and soul, and let's begin to live from a different place. Let me share with you a couple things. So the YouTube, you can subscribe to that, and I've created a link here. It's Austin J. Haynes. Here, let me throw it up on the screen here because I want you to be able to get to it. And all the links are there. The YouTube link is there. There's a newsletter you can opt into to follow along. And then I want to talk to you about if you want to spark your own story. If you say, this all sounds great, but I need something tangible. I need show me how I can begin to spark my reinvention. So I want to share that with you too. But first, let me share this screen here that I have up so you can see this in real time. Let's see. Here we go. Window. Yeah, here we go. We're going to do this. Okay. There's the world tour. So feed your heart and soul. Cultivate conscious moments through Seeds of Infinitude. World tour featuring poetry, presence, and music. Nature, national parks, inspiring people and places. History. I'm going to be digging into history a little bit. I have some historic sites that I want to visit that are really unique. Highlights from Seeds of Infinitude, in-person, virtual, poetic blogs, cinematic poetry, walking tours, and retreats. Next year, we're going to go to Costa Rica and Iceland. Great way to reinvent your life, to get out of your world, get to a new destination. That's the QR code. It's austinjhaynes.com/connect. And there's the YouTube channel, the newsletter. And then if you want to take it a step further, I'm going to stop sharing the screen here for a moment. All right. Okay. If you want to spark your, and by the way, say hello if you're on here live or on the playback. Would love to know what's going on with you tonight. How you feeling? Are you feeling this like drought? Are you saying, how long's my harvest been in exile? What do I have to do? Like, what do I have to do? I've tried everything. Nothing's working. Let's chart a new course, because what I think's happening to me, it's this old ideals are burning down. What I thought it was, it's not. What I thought it was, it's not. So what do? Do I fight it? Do I resist it? Do I double down? Do I persist? Persist. Do I keep persisting? We heard the word persistence, but sometimes it's relinquish. Sometimes it's in letting go. And how do you know when to persist and when to let go? You get out of here, you get into here. That's the journey. The weather you're carrying inside is going to co-create the weather that you're seeing on the outside. So what are you not present with in your life right now? I know some people intimately in my life that are not present with things in them. And it causes you to take the long road. I went a long time with some things that I was not present with. That's changing. And it can change for you. It can change for you. What has been can pass away only if you let it. And that's the gateway to create what's new. Because usually you have discontent that's causing you to want to get out of where you are. Maybe you don't have any fruit in your life right now. You're like, where is it? Maybe you're holding on to something. Maybe you've had success, but you've plateaued. A plateau is a call to let go. But what we do is, because we have this brain here, we tend to double down on what we did before. So instead of stepping back, slowing down, reflecting, and I've been guilty of this so many times, we double down on the things that we think we know, and it just keeps recreating the same thing. Chart your course with me. Follow along. I don't have all the answers, but the experience alone is going to open up something in you. I know it. Hey, Mandy, good to see you on here. You have to convince the gatekeeper to the superconscious mind. It takes persistence and reprogramming. And when do you persist? When do you let go? It's a great point. But I think maybe the persistence is staying with yourself. So whether you're doubling down or persisting, or you relinquish, you never let go of yourself. You believe in yourself. You continually tap into your heart and soul. Let me finish up. I got a couple things to share with you. So I went to the Connected Leaders Academy event this weekend, and I got an award. I didn't expect it. So I'm going to share that with you. I shared the Jump poem, which is right here. So I'm going to share this one first. So this was I created another art piece here. It's the Jump. It's not for sale. So that was what happened this weekend. I shared the Jump poem in front of I don't even know how many people were in the room, but it was a big room, probably the largest room that I've shared that poem. And it was, it never, here's the thing, it never happens the way you want, but it lands. And that's why I call the book Seeds, because the seeds, I don't know where the seeds are. I don't know if one's ready to sprout. I don't know if that seed just got nourished. I don't know where it's at, but it's a seed. And that's the ability to disconnect, like to serve and then disconnect. So if you're just joining, please go over to the YouTube channel. I'm going to show you what the website looks like. And then I want to invite you to chart your course. What does your course look like? What's the next chapter look like? Are you going to continue to repeat what you already know? Are you going to double down and persist, but maybe it's not working? Are you going to stop? Are you going to pause and reflect? I don't know, but I want you to find it. I want you to cultivate conscious moments of presence. I came up with this beautiful idea. You ever stream on Netflix? Type it in if you've streamed on Netflix. And I'm going to tell you where I'm going to go with this, but let me share this window real quick. Where's the website? Chrome tab. Here we go. Here I am. All right. Can you see that? And tell me who streams on Netflix. So this is the Stay Connected website. Because I want to tell you, May 18th is my next event. It's Poetry and Presence. It's in Blackwood, New Jersey at the Gloucester Premium Outlets. It's May 18th. I come on 3 to 5. If you can believe this, I'm following a live band at a premium outlet store. It's open air. It's a big courtyard. I've never done anything like this before, where it's just public, like people are shopping, and I'm going to come up and take the stage, and I'm going to share this poetry and presence after following a live band. So come out and join this. This is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be like out of the box. So I'm going to put this link up, but this is, you can click, I'll show you where to get to the live events. But if you go to the website, austinjhaynes.com, you can get to the live events. The Connect page is right here. I will share that link, but you can follow the YouTube here, subscribe to the YouTube, go to the newsletter. And if you want to take it a step further, I've created 9 questions to identify and remove limiting beliefs. And so you say, how did you change your life? I get that question a lot. How did you quit your job? How did you do that? How did you just walk away from a 19-year corporate job when you had lots of promotions, you were making great money? There was 2 things, but one of them was belief. The belief in myself. I struggled with that for a very long time. So I curated these 9 questions to identify and remove limiting beliefs. What if one thing, what if you just needed to do one thing? You did that one thing, you discovered that one thing, and boom, your whole world would open up. And that is the limiting beliefs. So let me put that link up right here for you. And it's on the QR code too, if you're just joining. I got people popping in and out. I got TikTok on here as well. Let me put this up for you. And by the way, let me know if you stream on Netflix. Mandy hasn't had a TV in 20 years, but that doesn't mean you can't stream on a computer. Come on now. So tell me if you've streamed on Netflix. Okay. So it's austinjhaynes.com/connect. That's a private link, so I'll make that available soon here, but you can go there and definitely connect to that. So who streams on Netflix? Okay. Here's the most valuable thing. Quiet. Stillness. If you can stream on Netflix, can you stream with higher consciousness? God. The only way is to be still. To pause and breathe. To be anxious for nothing. to connect at a different level. Well, I want to clap for everybody who does not stream on Netflix on here. I cannot believe it. That's great. Congratulations. I can do that. Great, Diane. We have Diane Cunningham on here as well. Thank you, Diane, for joining. Thank you for joining. If you're on, throw your name in. I'll give you a quick shout out. We might as well have some fun. And I wanted to share the Poetic blog, but it's in my other journal, which I don't have access to in this moment. But let me get to the point. So cultivate conscious moments. We have the jump poem. I want to show you the award that I received this past weekend. And the reason why I'm sharing this, I'll tell you why in a moment, but that's the award. CLA Inspirational Leader Award. Shout out to Mr. Jose Escobar and the Connected Leaders Academy. I did not expect that award. If you are a solopreneur, you will have some nights. You will have some nights. You will question yourself. You will question your sanity. You will wonder, does anybody even care? Does this even matter? Does anybody really give up about what this is? Do they care? And many nights you will wonder if you're even providing value. I have had those nights. And it's not that we seek awards or validation. It's not the award for the award. But you know what the award says? People are watching you. People are watching you when you don't know they're watching. And they're watching you. And they see the mistakes. And they see you showing up. Well, what I found is the people that point out your mistakes are the ones that are usually not, they don't want to work with you anyway. They just want to point out your mistakes. That's not everybody, but a lot of people do that. So don't worry about those people. And don't worry about making mistakes. Put it out there. Perfection is an illusion. So the award was a great, great gift, and I want you to get an award. And I think the way to stay with it, the journey is the heart and soul. That's the journey. So what I want you to do is follow along. I'm going to be looking at communities again. I'm going to be looking at lots of options as this unfolds over the next year. I might create a private membership club where I put up videos like this, but in a more private setting with a group of people who want to journey together. And we're going to ramp this up again, but I'm going to follow this journey. I'm going to answer this call. I'm going to move forward. And I really feel like there's a calling here for me. But what's your calling? What's your calling? If you're on here live, just type it in. Type your calling in. Say, I don't know it, but I can feel it. Like I can feel there's more for me here. Type your calling in. Let me give you a shout out. And there's one other thing I want to share as I get close to wrapping up here. I'm going to be down at the Gloucester Premium Outlets on May 18th, open air, big courtyard. I'm following a band. I've invited some friends. So we're going to play with this a little bit. I'm going to see what I can create here along with the poetic experience that I provide, poetry and presence. We may have some fun with this. Diane, you might want to come to this event. It's in Gloucester. I'm not sure, not too far from you. But let me grab your, so Diane says to bless others. So you want to bless others. And how will you bless others? Small acts of kindness, supporting their mission, helping them overcome their blocks, retreats. I believe you're doing retreats. While we're waiting for that, I also want to let you know we have a Bee in Autumn. I have not forgotten about this. We're going to auction this off eventually. I just don't know when, for my friend Candace Donovan. This is another poetic art piece, the paintings by Kay Gibbons. I wrote the poem. We merged them together to give that to Candace to donate money to help her get a home. So we don't know how that's going to play out yet. We're working on that. Candace was diagnosed with ALS over 31 years ago. She was given 6 months to live and she beat the odds. So there's a great testimony for you right there. The dry season, the longing, the how long, when is this going to change? It's going to change. It's going to change. And it's just a matter of you opening up to it. Have a blessed night, Mandy. Thank you so much for being on tonight. Thank you for sharing. Oh, your life. My life is calling me to attention. My life is calling me to attention. Is your life calling you to attention, or are you just coasting and waiting? Coasting and waiting, coasting and waiting, and coasting and waiting. Let me simplify this. What is one new intention for your life? Just one. I don't care how simple it is. I don't care how complex it is. What is one new intention for your life? What do you want to be, do, have, give, feel, and or experience? To help others live their purpose. They are not alone. How many people are out there that feel like they're alone right now? Despite all the social media, how many people feel like they're alone? I did not expect to go this long, but I feel inspired. I want to share this with you real quick too, because I was going to do this earlier. Let me just get raw and real here. What is worldly success? What is worldly success? Dana, welcome. Dana, you did a great job this weekend at the CLA Global Summit. One new intention is to jump and not procrastinate, live in my divine purpose. Is it possible? Yes. Is it possible for you? Yes, even if you do not believe it in this moment. Worldly success. Worldly success is failure. Anyone that you've seen that has succeeded in the world has failed more times than you. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Remember that song? Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. They failed more times than you. They won't reveal all the failures. So failure is success, and success is failure. Your perspective is what determines what happens next. And the only way that I know to succeed is to get in alignment with what's true for you. Anything else is like a house of cards. I've failed so many times. So many times. If I could spend a couple hours on here talking to you about all the projects that didn't go well, the things that didn't happen, all the failures. Let's get real. And it's in that reality you will transform. It's not in the little happy high notes. Live in that. We need positivity. We need to be positive. We need to wake up, but we can't ignore the failures. We can't ignore the feelings. We've got to feel, and then we transcend, and everything changes. All right, so I've gone way too long. Let's pause and breathe. I tip my hat to you who's on here, who's took a moment to listen and comment. But I really want this to benefit you. It is going to benefit you if you do something. So let me know if you followed the YouTube channel. I will call your name out. You can search Austin J. Haynes, you can do that. You can go to austinjhaynes.com. If you scroll down, you'll see like a link tree there. So let me call your name out. Let me reward you, to give you a shout out. Put your company, go follow the YouTube channel, and then come back and I'll shout your name out here real quick. I'll shout out what you're working on. I got some really exciting things planned. So I'm going to be around in the local area for the next 60 days, plus or minus. May 18th, I'm going to be at the Gloucester. I'm also call it Austin and Friends. I'm going to invite some friends with me, poetry, presence, music, a couple surprises. And that's going to be at the Gloucester Premium Outlets. I follow a live band. It's a great shopping complex. It's got a big open courtyard. It's got like a grassy area. And there's great stores there. So maybe you want to shop for the summer, get a new bathing suit. I don't know, new pair of jeans. I don't know, something. There's going to be a food truck festival there that day, May 18th, Saturday. I think it starts around noon, 11 or noon. And then I go on 3 to 5. So check it out. There's a Facebook event there. You can go check the event out and say you're going. Thank you, Diane. Thank you. I can, I will, I must live my dream. Amen to that. So after May 18th, I'll be getting on the road and I'm going to be putting out a full itinerary. Right now, I'm planning to be in London in July. So I don't know how long I'm going to be in Europe. There is a possibility for Germany. And then I would come back to the States, tour the United States. We're going to put some press behind this. I'm looking for some collaborations. I have some really unique ideas. We're going to do intimate groups. I want to do as much in-person stuff as I can so I can look people in the eye and we can share these experiences, co-create some great experiences. And then from there, I'm going to be driving across the United States. We'll be doing a lot of cool stuff, walking tours. But we're going to let it develop organically too. We're going to see what people want, what's serving them. We're going to be building a community again. So there's going to be lots of exciting things. And I'm going to look for you. So I want to thank you for joining tonight. How long has your harvest been in exile? How long have you not been present? Is this drought that's parched your heart permanent? Your harvest is coming. Get present with what you need to feel. If you need support, get the support. The seasons are ready to change. Get yourself in alignment. Connect to your heart and soul and see what action bubbles up in you. Create your vision and take that next logical step. My name's Austin James Haynes. There'll be more, so stay connected. God bless. Have a great night, and we'll see you real soon. Bye for now.